ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. I think one of the fundamental issues for a religious person is, why is there suffering in this world? Why didn't God create a world of peace, of nirvana, of tranquility? Why is there suffering in this world? Well, I think the question should be posed to God. He knows why. We human beings try to understand maybe why this is so. When you read the first chapters of Genesis, it seems to be so tranquil. In the very beginning, God created light. Then He created, there was water apparently. The Spirit of God was hovering above the waters. God separated the waters from the earth, from those that are in the sky. God created animals. God created nature. He created all vegetable, all vegetation. Finally, He created man. But everything seems to be in a logical step, one after the other. When you read the first chapter of Genesis, it is really a peaceful chapter. But comes science and says, no. You know how the world came into being? The world came into being with a big bang. That must have been an explosion that is bigger than any explosion you can possibly imagine. You know, through radio emissions, we can still hear today echoes of that first Big Bang. You know, time isn't absolute. Now we have a different conception of time. We can go back today and listen to what happened in the very beginning and place ourselves at that time. It is very interesting, you know. Our commentator Rashi says the following. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. It says in the Torah. So Rashi says, you know, in the beginning God created everything. What did He do on each of the days of creation? He actually placed things in their place. But the creation happened in the very beginning. Maybe also through a big bang. What does that tell us? That tells us that creation is an explosion. It's violent. That if you want to grow, you have to have pains. In Hebrew there is a saying, Tsa'ar Gidul Banim. There is pain in seeing your children grow. There is pain in seeing how they develop. And each and every one of us knows what pain really is. Pain for discovery. For whatever you want to do, you have to go through a certain moment of pain. Why do women have pain when they give birth? Well, according to the Bible, that was because the first woman, Eve, ate of a prohibited fruit. But on the other hand, maybe think about it. Why are all future generations blessed with the same pain? Maybe because no pain, no gain. It seems that in order to grow, you must suffer. You must explode in a certain way. There must be a cataclysm in order for things to happen. If that is so, are we condemned to live in a world of constant pain, of sickness, of all sorts of illnesses that make our life miserable in this world? Maybe the answer, or a possible answer for that is, God also gave us intelligence, gave us the ability to study things and to overcome things. True, there may be an explosion, but then we know what to do with the explosion. There's an illness. By studying a little closer the mechanisms that make a human being function, you'll learn also how to overcome the ill effects of that creation. But it seems that every creation must have a certain amount of pain. And think about yourself. What are the things that are most precious to you? What you received as an inheritance? Imagine you go to sleep, and during your sleep you learn how to be an engineer. Or the fact that you had to go to school, to study, to take tests, to fail, and to re-study again, and finally to understand something. Isn't that really one of the greatest pleasures in life? Because without pain, without difficulty, maybe we wouldn't know what pleasure is. If there would be no sour we wouldn't know what sweet is. No salty, we wouldn't know what sweet is. It is because we have difficulty, we have to surmount certain obstacles, is that we appreciate things in this world. So maybe there is suffering so that we can become better human beings. And God gave us the intelligence so that we can, step by step, keep on conquering this suffering that is inherent in this world.